Hello, welcome to WGSN-DB Going Solo Network. This is Link to Expert Business Showcase. I am Cece Schatz, the one of the hosts. I'm Joanne of Relationship Building, and I have my good friend here with me.
Joanne Weiland, When You Can Fly. I am the founder of the collaborative cloud community called linktoexpert.com, and we welcome everyone.
Yes, it's so nice to have you. So again, all of our information is right there on goingboldmedia.com. Those of you that have joined us each and every time, we want to thank you so much because we do appreciate you, and you are the reason that our show is growing in numbers. So we want to thank you for that. Again, all of our hosts and guests are right there on the goingboldmedia.com. Just check it out under the link to experts and you'll find everything right there. But we need to move on because we have got a guest today, don't we?
We do, and she's been a colleague of mine for years, and we recently reconnected over the last year. And I was actually just on her show a couple minutes ago, and because the first time we actually tried to have me on her show, it was a technology glitch, and I had told Cece about it, so she went on to watch, and we had no idea how it happened, but Cece then got to be the guest. So we're very intertwined more than most.
That's right. That was such a surprise for me. I got on, right? I'm thinking I'm just going to be listening. Next thing I know, I'm up on the platform.
Because
And
my internet quit. It just died. And all the Cece's.
LeAnn's going surprise. So what a great sense of humor she has, and she's a dear. So we're going to bring her up because she's got a wonderful business called Joy Minder Solutions, and it really truly empowers you to increase joy, freedom, flexibility in your business. Discover reliable tools, expert coaches, and fresh business ideas. And you know what? In business, we certainly need that. So let's bring LeAnn right forward. Hello, LeAnn.
Hi,
Hi,
Leanne.
so great
Oh,
to
it
be
is.
here.
Yeah, it's great having you. It's so nice having you. Thank you so much. And you know what? You were such a sport that day when I came on your show. I was like, surprise guest. You were going. I think you did say something like that. It was fun. It was a good. We had a good
But you can show
time.
that, see that we can all you just have to go with it because of the fact that, things like this happen. So I really thought it was cool the way you guys just picked up and kept going.
Yeah,
No,
Eric Ward.
I texted you afterwards. I said, I think I was actually on the show. But you've got a great show. And let's talk a little bit about what you do. And, why, LeAnn, did you decide that you wanted to be a Chief Joy Officer of Joy Minder LLC? So tell us a little bit about that.
Thank you. Yeah, in light of what you just said, Eric Worre said recently, if you want to become an entrepreneur, if you want to get into the entrepreneurial mindset, one thing you can do is put yourself in uncomfortable situations. Because
Yes.
as an entrepreneur, it is guaranteed you will end up in uncomfortable situations. So learning how to handle that is just, part of what we need to do. Put yourself out there, deal with what happens, handle it, make it work. Ideally without bursting into tears and running off stage, which is what he didn't do when he completely forgot all the words to a song when he was in front of 2,000 people
Ooh.
and expected to sing in front of his church.
Oh my goodness, that would be very awkward.
As a high schooler, he did not burst into tears and run off the stage. He grabbed the mic. He said, "Excuse me, but I have forgotten all of the words. Thank you for your offering. Have a good day." Put it back, exited.
I love
Oh,
it. I love it.
yeah, well, at least he didn't faint. I mean, I probably would have fainted. That's funny.
But
But it
but
is
your
true.
question, oh,
In
go ahead.
business, you do get in strange situations. You do get, things do happen, right? Joanne,
Yeah.
right? You've been in business for a long time.
Yes, so many crazy things. But you know what? Somehow, if you have the right attitude about it, everybody either laughs with you or they feel for you. And I feel like they even have more respect for you because you handled it so well.
Yeah, that's exactly it. 100%.
Yeah.
And that's kind of to your first question, what's Chief Joy Officer? Well, since I'm chief everything else too, I thought, well, let's make this easy. Instead of CEO, CMO, CJO, CKO, whatever it is, let's just call it Chief Joy Officer and call it good. But the Joy Minder was kind of a story of handling it. I had a business. It was a brick and mortar business. We had all the expenses of brick and mortar. We had the employees, we had the rent, we had the products we had to bring in, we had the products we had to ship out, we had all of that. And we were doing well, and we were global, and we were growing, and suddenly we were closed. And without going into all the details with that, you think your life is going along one direction, and suddenly it comes to a screeching halt. And 6 weeks later, after the day, a particular day, I'm actually on my couch looking at my phone thinking, what am I going to do? And an old URL that I owned 20 years earlier, back when URLs were brand spanking new, popped up on my phone. And I wondered, is that still available? And I checked online, and it wasn't. But it was joyminder.com. But joy-minder.com was available. So you ready for the spin on this?
Yes.
Joyminder was for sale for $400. Now, having just closed a business, I knew enough not to go spend $400 right away. And so I didn't. I bought joyminder.com, and I built #joyminder for years. As I watched joyminder.com go from $400 to $2,000 to $4,000 to purchase it. Of course, that just made me feel like it was never going to happen. No. It made me feel like I had to go make $1 million so I could buy the $4,000 URL. And then a month ago, I got an email. Kind of like weird phone calls that pop up. You can tell that story if you want to. But I got an email that just said, would you like to buy joyminder.com? $400. I'm like, yes. Yes. But I'm playing it cool. Like, yeah, this is a scam. It's not real. So I played it out a little bit. I started checking. I own joyminder.com today.
Good for you. Good for you.
Yeah. What comes around goes around. But Joyminder was the name of the business. I just wish to spread joy. And I know that for a lot of people, they dream of having their own business, but they don't have a clue how to get it started, or they don't know what to do. They're looking for business ideas. So I've got an online store business idea. I've got how to get started in real estate business idea. I've got how to start your own any type of business, tools that they can use, and all sorts of other things. And I just hope that they can find their joy doing it.
Great. Yeah, I was looking at your website. Your website is really great. I mean, you've got a lot of information on there that can assist people, marketing. And you also have the Harness the AI, which is right out there now. I mean, that's the leading information that everybody's kind of wanting to know, like, should we use it? Should we not use it? That kind of thing. So what is your advice on that, on the AI?
No. You know what? When you come across things in life that just are, maybe we can change our hair color. Maybe. And if you really, really, really want to, you can change your eye color. But there's certain circumstances and certain situations in the world you can't change. And I'm not going to go political exactly, but regardless of who's the president, on an individual basis, most of us don't have power over that. Deal with it, right? And so whatever that situation is, AI is the same thing. It's here. It's here to stay. You can use it or ignore it. But I remember, actually, I was saying I have this award back here from when I was at President's Club with yellow book, yellow pages. There, I dated myself. But I got it because I got so many businesses to get a website. But you know what they kept telling me? A lot of the ones who said no, I've got these. And I'm like, that's great. But these is the big one of those. Don't you know? And now websites, we know you have to have a website if you're a legitimate business, but we don't have to spend $5,000 to get one anymore. And that's part of what I do too. help brand new businesses not spend what they can't afford to get their business off the ground.
So do you actually develop the websites? Do you do them yourself, or what do you do?
AI does it. Want me to do one for you? Literally, we'll create a fictitious business and I'll have a website up and made for you within 2 minutes.
Oh, wow. Now, is this a WordPress site and everything?
No, it's not WordPress. And here's why. If you're going to go with WordPress, you have to be very techie. You have to know what you're doing and be able to either do it yourself, which may take a long time. I don't like to work with WordPress, and I am techie. But so if you want to make a change to a WordPress website, you have to usually hire somebody. And the average, I know in Minneapolis, that hiring process, they're about $120 per hour. And if they only need 1 hour, I mean, you're out $120 to make any small change. You know, me, if my guest doesn't show up on my show, I can make the change on the spot on my websites because it's a drag and drop system. It's very efficient.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. So those out there that are looking to build a website, save yourself some money. Definitely LeAnn can help you out there. So that's a great idea. You know, I know years back I was trying to do a website and we were doing a WordPress website, and it was just a money pit. I mean, it was just a money pit, and it was just horrible. So so I'm glad to hear that there's other things out there now that people can go to that they can get it. Because some of these websites are not that complicated. They're, pretty simple. You can make them happen. But so for sure.
Yeah. And AI just makes it so fast and so efficient. So I've had fun with entrepreneurs. I've made websites like Kevin's Kiwi and Rochelle's Rococo or whatever, just had fun. And it's amazing what AI comes up with. The websites are complete with photos. What was it one I did recently? Eggplant. It was somebody's eggplant. And sure enough, all the photos that popped up were eggplant photos. I mean, AI is that smart these days. So you can embrace it, or you can stick your head under the sand and say, oh, it's not really going to be a thing. But it is. So is it going to end the world, Terminator style? Can you stop it? You can't. So use it the way you can. Use it for good. Use it to be a force for good, and embrace what you can and make your life easier, make yourself profitable. Then maybe you do have a little bit more influence on things, right?
Yeah. Well, remember years ago, they were saying that same thing about the internet, weren't they?
Oh, exactly.
They were saying, stay away from that. Oh, don't get on that. And I'm like, heck no, man. If I can get on it and get worldwide, I'm on it. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
So,
I used to sell computers, and I would walk into places and they would scream at me and tell me that I'm stealing people's jobs because the computers they thought were replacing the people, but they didn't realize we still needed people to,
run the computers.
Especially back then, it wasn't nothing like a lot of the automation now. But people just get really nervous when there's something new coming out. And I feel like that's what we're here to do, is to evolve and grow and learn new things and embrace new things. And that makes all the difference too, in especially entrepreneurs' lives, as well as even employees. Because if you keep doing what you've always done, you're going to keep getting what you always got.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
Now, what
I do know.
I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, and it is having an impact. There's no doubt about it. I have family members that are amazing writers. Then they've developed a whole business around writing for businesses. They write blogs, and they're really, really good at it. And their business has dramatically declined since, ChatGPT especially has come out, and businesses are like, well, I can just write my own blog in a minute. And they can, but is it really that good? And so I think, again, to your point, now there's a new industry coming up. Maybe we are using AI to create the foundations of it, but we still need people to go in and make it make sense, or make it more aligned with the business. It's not AI, I tell people, is kind of like hiring a college graduate, bringing them into your business on the first day of their job. They just don't know you that well.
Exactly.
And so you have, they're no better than a very brand new assistant. You're going to have to check their work. You're going to have to figure out how to make sure that what it's putting out is accurate. And that takes a human still.
Right. And sometimes you have to tweak it, right? You tweak it a little bit to make it sound a little bit more like you know, your personality. So yeah, I mean, but it'll help you with your thought, maybe being able to get it out there a little bit more and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about marketing, but first let's take our break. We have to take a break. And everyone, I want you to be able to go to LeAnn's website to check it out and also send her an email. You can send her an email at LeAnn@joy-minder.com. And if you want to reach her on her website, it's joyminder.com. JOYMINDER.com. She also has a free gift for us here. She's got a digital business card and you can have a conversation with her. So definitely go to her website, joyminder.com, and contact her there and she'll be able to give you your free gift. You just tell her that you saw her on the show. She's more than happy to help you out with that. So everyone, we're going to be right back. So just stick around. We got a great commercial here for you and it'll be just one moment.
Do you mind if I give my husband a quick call? Are we actually...
Hi, I'm John Thomas. I want to share with you a professional products and services directory we call Going Solo Directory. And you need to check this out. If you want exposure to your business or are seeking professional product or services, this directory has it all. And that membership, for the many special features, you get the benefit of a worldwide exposure with a 40-minute video interview on an international business show showcase. All this for just one low annual fee. For more information, contact goingsolodirectory.com.
Well, welcome back to Link to Expert Business Showcase. You are listening to WGSN-DB Going Solo Network. We are the new streaming network.com, home of Going Bold Media. And just so that you guys know, I am one of the hosts, Cece, the Joanne of Relationship Building. I have my good friend here with me, Joanne Weiland. Tell us a little bit about you, Joanne.
The Chief Connections Officer or the Chief Collaborations Officer, depending which way you want to look at it, but they both point the same way, which is all about working together, collaborating, creating new ideas, bringing them to market, implementing them, and then celebrating our successes.
Absolutely. And because of you, this is why we have this show, connecting experts like our wonderful guest here today, LeAnn Lyon. She is the Chief Joy Officer of Joy-Minder LLC. And of course, her website, we shared that with you. It's joyminder.com, just joyminder.com. She's got a free gift there for you, a digital business card. Are we getting rid of the ones that we carry around in our pocket?
So it is actually a really cool thing. So people ask me about that all the time. Like, what's a digital business card? I'm like, it's a website. for real. It's just a website. But on this website, it's pretty cleverly designed so that it can have all of your social media on there. It can have your bio, your name, a little bit, you can. It's pretty cool. It's just pretty cool. I put a little video on top of mine, so when people open it, it's like, "Hi, so glad you're here. Check out the information." I put a little form on it so they can reply with their information. Goes right into my CRM. It's super cool. I love that. By the way, best way to reach me, find a connection on one of my websites, and you can go to LeAnnLyon.com too. Don't email me. I'm like the worst at email. I showed it to my VAs today. I just want to see how bad I am at email. For real. Can you see my little icon down here? It's like 28,000
Oh my gosh.
emails. No joke. So
Okay,
don't email me. If you need to email me, call me or text me and tell me to check my emails. This is only chance. But technology, right? Like I remember when marketing was email.
But take it off. We took off the email.
Marketing was, but that's what it was. Marketing was email. When we started with websites, email came first. Emails were before websites, really, kind of. And we did marketing through emails. But then with the advent of social media, I think, we just lost it. And then text messaging now, people text message. Now, of course, is it October 1st? I think a whole bunch of new regulations come in on text messaging. And all those regulations, if you don't know about them, I can't give you the exact thing, but you can probably look it up.
Not in the yellow pages.
Yeah, not in the yellow pages. And it doesn't have to be Google either. There's other options.
There's other options too.
Look at how our vocabulary has changed.
Very much. And that's why I wanted to talk a little bit about marketing, and that's why I brought up the digital business card, because I think our way of marketing is very different. I mean, I do get a lot of emails. I do like our people to, I always share it with our audience, and they send me emails and talk, and that's the one way I converse with them. And so I really do appreciate that. But I do understand that things are different. People are going on the website, sending messages now, doing things like that. We do have a live chat on our website when we're doing the radio. They can come in and live chat with us. We have a live chat when we do our live shows. And so there is different ways of communicating in marketing. So any tips you can give us just real quick on marketing? I know that's broad.
Be everywhere. Be everywhere. Be everywhere all the time. We are hit with so many marketing messages all the time. The current thought is that, I've heard numbers all over the place. There's no really good solid way to research this either, because social media algorithms are changing all the time. I'd heard that 19% of people in your feed will see any one of your posts, but there's that group, that core group, they see every one of your posts, which means there's a whole bunch of people who never see one of your posts. So how do you fix that? There's ways to, again, it gets a little time consuming. Do I want to look through all several thousand of my friends and connect with? Yeah, you kind of have to do that a little bit. Other people say it's 1%.
Well, I think
1% of your people will see your post. In that case, you have to put out 100 posts.
Well, what do you guys think about this? I think the real key is to take and repurpose things. Like, for an example, this interview, and that you have it everywhere. Of course, like Cece has it on 57 different networks, number one. But number two, then create like a press release and have the link in there to go back to the video interview. Then create a blog. Also could, keep the link so that you can use that in your blogs. I mean, I'm a real big believer in repurposing things. There's actually so many ways you can repost things, but still sound different and interesting, because of the fact that I really do feel like most of us don't take the time to do that. And then we keep thinking we're going to create something new, and then we never get around to it. Or if you would either just use AI, if you will, or a virtual assistant, or yourself, and just take time to repurpose it. Then, when you're also getting quoted in one of the magazines or something, you can also even give them the link for, again, a video or an interview. There's just so many ways using it as, posts, of course, on all your social media, as well as, and even when you create a new product, include that on there, because, if it's a video or an interview that you talked about that subject. But I just feel like, a lot of times we think we have to recreate something new every time. I mean, create something new instead of purposing it, recreating it into something else that is applicable, because I feel like that way you can be consistent, because that's the real key, to frequently and consistently stay in front of people. I'd just love to hear your opinion, and I didn't mean to go on and on, but go ahead.
No.
I 100% agree. And they're saying, social media wise, post something before 9 a.m. and then post something every 3 to 4 hours all day long. And I have, my personal, but I have multiple business pages. I've got Instagram, I've got LinkedIn. I don't choose to do X. It's just moves too fast for me. Nothing else. But, use tools. AI, I have a button that's actually called Surprise Me. And it creates a whole brand new post. It knows me. It knows my loves. It knows the people I quote. And it surprises me with a new, fresh quote. Not even necessarily business quote. That's the other thing. Don't only be about your business.
Yes.
Be funny. Be inspiring.
Be real.
Educational. Be real. Oh, have you guys heard of that social media called Be Real?
I have not.
It's kind of cool. Yeah, no, check it out. So my daughter has it, and now my best friend since we were 10 years old, she has it. So we were out to celebrate her retirement from education, and the first day after Labor Day, when she would always be teaching, we're sitting there with beverages and food in front of us. She goes, "Oh, it's time for Be Real." So she gets a message. And it's like, doom, you have to do it now. So she has to take a picture of herself and take a picture of what's in front of her that minute. And it comes at different times of the day, but then you share it with the people you want to share it with. It's not an open social media. And then you kind of get a snapshot of like, what are your friends and family up to at the same time that you are? It's kind of cool. I like it. But, again, invasion of privacy. There might be times you don't want to take it.
I've turned so
I think
boring.
they give you a little bit of a grace period.
I'm sorry, what?
Well, even if that's what we're doing, if we're serious entrepreneurs and all our friends do is see us doing this, you know what they'll know? We're serious entrepreneurs. If somebody says they're in business, but every time they do their Be Real, they're at the gym. Okay, great. They're really fit. Hopefully fitness is their business. There's things like that, taking a real snapshot of who we are, I think matters.
Yeah, I agree. I think it is true that I feel that, especially like I do a lot on my personal page that is business related stuff too. But I noticed that when I stop doing that a little bit and I do more of just me, they seem to like it. And then I'll hear, how come I'm not seeing any more of your posts for your shows and stuff? So it's like, okay, I got to get this balance going here. So yeah, I totally get that. So, yeah.
I've heard of EIEIO. You know what EIEIO stands for?
No.
E is entertain. I is invite. E is educate. I is inspire, and O is offer. And so if you remember that every 5 posts, it's okay to offer something, or maybe one of the 5 could be invite, but don't always invite to your business. Invite to a social hour, invite to check out your friend's book, invite to, do things for other people, offer your business at most 20% of the time, probably less. But follow that EIEIO.
That's what I love about having Link to Expert. We have so many members and we are always talking about them, not just us. And to me, it's a godsend, because I can't imagine just being a solo entrepreneur and only having to try to come up with new posts about only yourself. And that's why, I just really feel blessed about that, because I agree with what you guys are saying. Because sometimes, if I don't say something about my grandson, for example, well, where's that cute little kid? So you do have to have a combination, but I just feel blessed to have so many people to promote what they're doing too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you, LeAnn, on your website too, I noticed that it was like a side hustle, that you help people. Do you help people with some side hustles? They're looking for side gigs. So tell us
Yeah.
a little bit about that.
So side gigs can be a lot of things. Let me tell you what happened. I told you a little bit about renaming or restarting a business called Joyminder. I initially jumped into a network marketing business that was all about travel, because I'm like, well, hey, I'm 50 years old or about to turn, and I want to travel. I want to hit my 50th state, which was the biggest one. I had somebody guess if that was Hawaii or California. It's neither of those, not Texas either. But it was COVID suddenly, right? So I started a travel business. 8 months later, COVID hits, or we find out about it, or however, and the whole world shuts down, especially travel. Here I am twice in 1 year. That's little PTSD at this point. Okay. Just so let's be real. 2 businesses shut in 1 year, PTSD lasted 4 years. But that month we just pivoted. We just did what we did. My husband, my daughter, and I, we all went to work. We found out that Instacart was looking for people that would go into grocery stores and buy food for all the people that would not leave their homes. And we did. We made $8,500 in 1 month.
Wow.
And we didn't know how much we would need that, maybe. If my husband lost his job, I'm already unemployed with travel, right? My daughter's a college student. We need to pay for school, and you just figure things out. So I did that, at various times in my life. Times get tough, the tough get going. Am I right?
Right.
So side hustles can be great. And I still have several side hustles. I've done well with them, some of the things in my back. And if somebody wants to get started in network marketing, I recommend do one thing, and it's free. Go to YouTube, check out the movie called The Rise of the Entrepreneur by Eric Worre, Worre, and Eric with a C. And check out that video. It's 52 minutes long. It's well produced. It's 5 years old, so pre-COVID, but it's worth watching. What does it take to be an entrepreneur, and what kind of entrepreneur do you want to be? And then go from there. See what fits you.
Yeah, I'm all for it. I mean, I believe it. I've done little things throughout my whole life, trying to make a little extra money. And it's definitely good. I mean, there's a lot of different things that you can do. And if you don't like it, do something else. Start with something and do something else. I mean, I was able to do that. I mean, it was working full time. Then I started doing a little side hustle so that I'd have some little extra money coming in so I could work my business here. And then now I'm just consumed with this. It's a little harder for me to work anything else. But yeah, I think you have to do it. And also, it's not so much about the money either. Sometimes I think it's about being diversified, meeting different people, different walks of life, doing different things. It kind of keeps you, motivated, keeps you going. So, yeah. So I think it's kind of fun sometimes to do some different things.
Well, LeAnn's definitely a poster child for that too. I mean, between that as being a realtor as well, she's, a John Maxwell coach. She has done everything imaginable with Tony Robbins, even the fire walk 5 times. Toastmasters, she was even the president for a while. I don't know if you still are. I mean, she's just totally amazing. And that's not even to mention all of the other fun things she does, like she has a black belt. I mean, it's just incredible to watch her and her energy. I mean, she's very, very dedicated to all of them. That's what's even more amazing.
Mhm. Yeah.
So I
You
got
are
my
amazing.
real estate license in 2020. Thank you. But thank you for all that. I got my real estate license in 2020 because again, I'm a year out of not having my business. The travel company got shut down. I was really tired of grocery shopping. And although I had done some Uber, let's just face it, when you have kids in high school, especially if they're involved in sports, you never have enough money. I don't care what level you're at. So picking up Uber Friday night, Saturday night till 2 a.m. actually brought in a tremendous amount of spending money when we needed it at times. And by the way, doing that when I was launching my travel business, I was one of the first 6 people to bring 1,000 customers in personally into that
Wow.
business. And I did it because of Uber. Like you said, you can multitask some of these things. I'd get people in my car. Well, let's see, I'd hang out at this place called the airport, and I'd ask my customers, hey, do you like to travel?
Right?
I'd be bringing people to the airport. I'm like, hey, would you like to save money on travel?
Very good.
1,000
Very
people.
good. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I was
Absolutely.
recognized on stage.
Yeah, wonderful.
Yeah,
Well, we should
so
connect with you because
multitask.
I have a travel group. It's going solo travelers, and we get together and do some things here local in Florida, but then we also broaden out and do some other things and meet. It's just people that don't want to travel by themselves. So yeah.
Good. Well, I have a lot of friends who love to do that. I like to travel with my husband.
Yeah, I would like to have
But
someone to travel. I'm gonna throw that out in the universe. I'd like to have someone to travel with.
Do it. We never get what we're not asking for.
Right.
I know, you have to throw it out. And you know what? That's something about you too, is that you do throw things out in the universe, and you have this positive way about you. You put it out there, and I think it comes back. And not only does it come back, I hope for you, but for all of those that you touch. So thank you so much. It's so great that you're with us here today. We're going by pretty quickly. Are there any last words you want to share with our audience?
Wow. I love this. Thank you so much for having me here. It's been great having you on my shows as well. I do have an upcoming book.
Oh, tell us about it. Tell us about it. And we do need to talk about your show. So we haven't done that yet. So we do need to talk about
yeah.
Yeah.
So August 30th at 3:14 in the morning, I started writing the introduction to my book. It may or may not end up being called Joy Journey, because it is a journey that I'm on presently. The book won't come out until it'll be at least a year because of the journey I'm on. I have to complete that journey or get far enough along, but I'm looking forward to it. And it will be an interactive book. I've not seen many like this. I read one of my clients wrote a book called The Eggshell Effect. Highly recommend it. Mm-hmm. His journey from living a life informed by fear and transforming it to living a life informed by joy and love. Really, he uses the word love specifically, which I appreciate. So Joel Holk, HOLC, really transformed his life by moving from fear to love. And how he wrote his book is very unique. You can find it on Amazon, but he puts pages in there for you to reflect on your own life as you go along. So, well, I've always struggled, like, who would really want to read my story? And then people like what Joanne was just saying, well, she's done this and she's done this. People come, oh, you should write a book. And I'm like, really? It's just a life. But when you can maybe write a book in such a way that your story helps other people delve into their own stories and figure out where they want to go, now the book can have a lot more meaning. And that's what came down in my faith from God on October 30th at 3:14 in the morning.
That's
so
wonderful.
We'll see. Yeah, we'll see when exactly.
Not only
when the Holy Spirit says it will come out. Then.
Yeah, but not only in present. I think it'd be good, but not only in present. But I think that it's something that you could keep, and when you're going through some difficult times, or if you're questioning your journey in life, it's probably a good book to even reread. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to your book when you get it
Thank you.
written. I think it'll be great. I do.
I think I'll put a link up on my website, pre-purchase.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Because
absolutely.
I'm not allergic to making money off it early.
Then you've got to finish it.
But I have to finish it. Put a little. So I'll finish with that. There's nothing wrong with putting a little pressure on yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said at the very beginning, put yourself in uncomfortable situations. It puts some little pressure on yourself. Don't be afraid of it. And don't take yourself too seriously, because none of us is getting out of this world alive. Not one. None of us is getting out of this life alive. And 100 years from now, virtually none of us will be remembered. And that's okay. That's all right. We know a few names from history. Thankfully, we know a few great names from history. Maybe one of us will be one of those great names. Strive for that if that's what you want. But for the most part, don't take your life too seriously. Live well. Pass on love and joy and peace, prosperity, opportunity. Find the whole list of good things you can do. Do those things. And although your name may not be remembered 100 years from now, the ripple effect of your life will.
Very good. Very, very good. Tell us just quickly about your show before we have to close out.
Sure. So I'm on a platform called winwinwomen.tv. You can go there. You can find all the shows that are listed there. Lots of entrepreneur women from all walks of life, all different subjects. I'm under the entrepreneur tab. Surprise. And my show is at 2 p.m. Pacific time, 4 p.m. Central. Every single Monday. It's called Lead with LeAnn. I love to just bring on other women entrepreneurs, talk about their businesses, talk about their lives, talk about their learns, their laughs, and their leaps. And that's what we do. Learn with LeAnn. Learn, laugh, and leap.
Great. I know that I've been on it, and Joanne now has just recorded a show with you, so that's great. So yeah. So thank you for sharing it.
It's all about collaborating.
Yes, absolutely.
We had a great conversation about collaboration versus competition. That was so much fun. Definitely look for Joanne on that. That was super fun.
Joanne really knows her stuff too. She's really,
you both do it. But see, that's the other thing. It's really to end with, it's all about learning from each other. And I learned from both of you. So thank you.
And we learned from you.
Yeah, we certainly do. And those of you that don't know, Joanne has a wonderful website. It's called linktoexpert.com. Go check it out. There's so many things on this particular site I can't even share with you, like marketing, individuals. I mean, it's just, you can use it for almost your own platform to be able to send stuff out to thousands of people. Like you were mentioning, if you have a blog, instead of just trying to post it up and like pray someone's going to see it, you can send it out to thousands of people, and you'll see a count of how many people have read it. And I tried it myself, and I was like, almost fell off my chair. So it definitely works. It definitely works. So it's linktoexpert.com, which is why we're bringing all of these wonderful experts like LeAnn here on the show to showcase what Joanne does. You're just so great. So we want to thank you so much, Joanne, for all that you do too.
Well, it's really just because of all of us. What our secret sauce is, we have a unique database exchange program. And that means every time you post something, it doesn't just go to all your connections, it goes to all the members' connections. And that is the power of it, because we can't do everything ourselves. So that's, again, part of the collaboration.
Yeah, it's amazing. Well, we want to thank LeAnn Lyon for being here with us. She's the Chief Joy Officer of Joy-Minder LLC. Of course, everyone go to her website, joyminder.com. She has a free gift there for you, a free digital business card. I might go myself and check that out. And you have a conversation with LeAnn. Check out her website, because she's got a lot of stuff on there that if you're thinking about having a business, maybe, you can look at there and there's something that's going to resonate with you that maybe can help you start your business. So it's joyminder.com. So just check her out and let her know that you saw her and you heard her here on our show. We greatly appreciate it. But we want to thank you so much for listening to us. And again, this is Link to Expert Business Showcase on WGSN-DB Going Solo Network. I am Cece Schatz, and I have my good friend Joanne Weiland, and we want to thank you all so much for being with us here today. So we'll see you next time. Bye for now.
Thank you.